News. This is ABC 15 News, taking action.
You have to realize our officers are going in that house while there's an active shooter in there. They're going in there while there are flames in there. They're on ladders on the side of the building, knocking out windows to try to get to victims.
It's a story that defies explanation. A family of 5 all dead tonight, including a 6-year-old girl.
Yeah, the image is captivating all of us. The calm of a Tuesday morning shattered by gunfire and massive flames in a seemingly typical Phoenix neighborhood.
Tonight, investigators working around the clock, trying to figure out how this could happen.
And here's what we do know so far. Police are believing that the family's adult son who lived at the home is the prime suspect, opening fire on his parents and 2 sisters. Cops shot and killed him after they say he pointed a gun at them. Now, Air 15 is giving us a new look at the scene. Very active tonight as investigators try to comb this Phoenix home for evidence in this deadly domestic shooting and fire. This is happening near 47th Avenue and Cactus.
And it's hard not to watch and admire these firefighters and police officers risking their own lives to save those inside. We have live team coverage tonight on a story that's making national headlines. Melissa Blasius just spoke with the victim's family about the tragic loss, but we begin tonight with Joe Bartels and what's next for investigators who will be spending much of this night combing this crime scene. Joe.
Well, Stephanie, some officers are telling us they haven't seen anything like this in their long careers in law enforcement, and they admit with 5 members from one family all dead, they may truly never know what really led up to all this violence. What caused the darkness from the violence that erupted on Sunnyside Drive is now the focus for police.
Family members checking records, looking at everything we can to really try to determine why, what happened, what went wrong.
Phoenix police are getting a hint into the trouble that started. An argument was heard by neighbors, then the gunshots around 5 this morning. A 911 call, likely made by 18-year-old Caitlin Buckner, gave police a chilling insight into the chaos at the Buckner home.
We had victims, unfortunately, that we could see at the windows inside the house from the upstairs that were trying to get out and trying to get our officers' attention while shots were being fired in the house.
Police would try in vain to stop the bloodshed, braving the flames and coming face to face with Alex Buckner.
When officers confronted him, he pointed a gun at one of our officers and he was shot at that time.
Alex was dead. His mom and dad, Kim and Vic Buckner, were found upstairs. Emma Buckner in her bedroom, and Caitlin Buckner, her body found in a closet. And family members say that Alex had a history of drug and mental issues, but they never saw this coming.
Thank you so much, Joe. In fact, tearful relatives are blaming this tragedy on Alex's mental illness, which they say was schizophrenia. Melissa Blasius spent the day talking with family and friends as they remember the victims here. Melissa?
And it's hard, Steve, to wrap your head around the horrendous nature of this crime. Who would murder their kid sister? Little Emma, just 6 years old, among the dead here. We're told by neighbors that she dressed up as an angel for Halloween. We're also learning more about her 18-year-old sister, Caitlin. These pictures come from her Facebook page. Her last post was a sunset. Also killed the 2 parents in the family, Kim and Vic Buckner. Relatives say Vic was an outdoorsman, and you could see a boat in their yard. We also don't know a lot about the alleged shooter here, 26-year-old Alex. Police say that he shot all the people he loved the most before setting his house on fire, dying in a confrontation with officers. Alex's grandma told me by phone from Nevada, where she lives, that Alex had struggled with mental health issues since about the age of 18.
How does family talk about a grandson that had mental problems, but yet not be angry for the grief that he caused, but yet know that it's mental disease, mental problems that cause so much havoc?
What's not clear is whether anything could have been done to intervene in Alex's life to prevent the 5 deaths here today. And of course, that little 6-year-old Emma, we just spoke a few minutes ago to her preschool teachers, tearfully standing by here at the scene. We'll have some interviews with them and some more pictures of little Emma coming up at 6:30. Back to you.
Melissa, thank you. Also, the hundreds of police and firefighters racing to that home trying to save this family inside. Tonight, Phoenix Mayor Greg Stanton is asking for prayers for them. All of our first responders. Gives you an idea of just how awful the scene was inside this house.
I heard things this morning that and saw things as I'm down here that I haven't seen in 30 years.
Police trying so desperately to save the family inside. They were throwing on fire equipment over their tactical gear, just trying to get to them as that house burned. More details to come, and you can count on ABC 15 to stay on top of any new developments for you on the still very active investigation. We have breaking news alerts. You can get them sent straight to your smartphone or your tablet by just downloading our free ABC 15 mobile